Hey, Gwen.
Hello.
Welcome all to the live stream. We are, I think, for the first time ever, getting our it to work on Instagram. So hopefully Instagram is working. If anyone is on Instagram right now and you want to tell me that it's working or not, that'd be great. But I think it is. So now we are currently live on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So here we go. I said I'm feeling a little discombobulated today because I literally just got home from work, so it's a little
Oh,
crazed. So forgive me for that, but I have been looking forward to doing this live stream for a while now. I'm excited.
mhm. Yeah. I actually found myself thinking about it as I was going to sleep. When I wake up during the night, I've been thinking like, what the memories are people going to share? I'm
Oh,
excited too. Yeah.
it's great. It's been
Yeah. Good.
great. So
Good.
I've been getting I got like I think 6 or 7 stories that people wrote in. And then, last week or so, I sent out another to some groups that I'm in. I sent out another thing saying, "Hey, if you want your child's picture um in the little Instagram and YouTube shorts that we're going to be doing the next week, just send me a picture." Oh my gosh, I got so many. So they're going to be so special. I haven't talked to Lauren today. Lauren is my new social media person, and she's putting together these videos, and she told me she was going to do it this morning. So I think she's been working on them today, and hopefully they're going to get done and they're going to be amazing. And I also have to say that I had somebody say to me, "You're doing something for Andy too, right? Andy's going to be in this video
Right.
too, right?" And I'm embarrassed to say I didn't think like I should do one with Andy and have Andy's
Mm,
picture in, but the more I started to think about it, the more I knew I really had to do that. And now I'm getting all emotional because,
mhm.
as all of my regular listeners know, as you know, I end every episode with Andy singing the last verse to Away in a Manger about being in heaven, which is obviously such a Christmas thing, and he's singing in it in the video that's on my website. You can see the Christmas tree in the background as he's singing, and that's the rehearsal that the video is from the rehearsal for the Grand
Mhm.
Rapids Choir Men Boys concert. And so the more I put into it, I thought, you know what? I think that needs to be its own post. So
Mhm.
Lauren's going to make that a post, and we're going to put in some pictures of Andy and my other kids kind of growing up and some pictures of them as little kids. So
Mm.
Andy gets one too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's the
Well,
first time. It's funny because I've had many people say you do all these videos for all these kids now, and I'm making all these cool things, and I've never made one for Andy. So this
that's
week he
awesome.
gets his own. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gotten your mail yet today?
You know what? Yes, I did. I did because I got something in the mail from
Yeah.
you. Thank you
Well,
so much.
no,
It's
you're
so
welcome.
beautiful.
But what made me think of it is because when you said there's got to be one of Andy, I thought, yes, because he came to me, like said, you have to buy this for my mom. So I sent it to you. They said you'd get it by Monday. But just to tell your listeners, I know many people have the symbol of the cardinal as, a
Yeah.
remembrance of somebody. And we've certainly had that with Andy, but also having the music notes in the background of this ornament. But I,
Yes, you sent me a beautiful ornament, and I wanted to talk about that because what makes that more special is, last year was the first year that I used any of our family ornaments on a tree.
Mhm.
We've put up a tree a couple years. I've just bought some just blue kind of generic ornaments from Hobby Lobby. That's all I used before. Last year, we put a few out. This year, I did a few more, including one of Andy's personal ones that had his name on it.
Oh.
So I thought, because in the past, a lot of people have sent ornaments right? They've sent me
Yeah.
ornaments, and I would be like, "Thank you," but I would like, I
I
don't
don't
have
have a
a
place.
tree
Yeah.
anymore, so I got this ornament to not go in a tree, and so when I opened that up, it's not there yet because I told you it's been really chaotic.
Yes.
But yeah, I am excited to put that on the tree and with a lot of those family ornaments that are
Yeah.
up for the first time um
And
ever.
I
A lot of
I
them have never been up. I mean, the Andy ornaments never been up. So
yeah. And, I a couple things come to my mind, Mercy, is again, your authenticity, your vulnerability to to show what kind of emotion this evokes in you so that other people know that they are not alone, that no matter how many years have gone by, these things still will continue to always pull at your heartstrings and
yeah,
just
for
be
sure.
um, so raw at times, especially around the holidays. So I just love that. I mean, this is not staged. They know that. Um, it's not like we
This is
like, oh,
definitely
let's get
not
all
staged.
emotional at
I'm
the
just so
beginning and build it up. This is authentic. The You as his mom and just what you're experiencing in the tree and how you haven't had one, all of that. I love that. I love that for the people listening that they can go, yeah, you know, um,
well, and
that's
I felt
something.
like I really wanted to do that this year. And this is also only the second year we will have spent at home. We normally do not spend it at home.
Right.
A lot of times we just go to our cottage up north, but it just feels less. I mean, because we had Christmas at home. We had Christmas
Mhm.
morning at home. We always did that. And it's just been one time when we were on call or something that I absolutely couldn't go. And well, this year we were going to go up again as we had in the past. But then, I have now, and Gwen knows this. Valeriano and his lovely wife made me a grandma for the first
Mhm.
time. So so anyway, we've got a new little 3-week-old baby, and I I wanted there to be Christmas memories
Right.
here at home
Yep. Yep.
for her. So
Oh.
even though obviously she's 3 weeks old, she's not gonna remember it at all, but I said to Eric, like, we need a tree because Isla needs a Christmas tree. We need a
Right.
picture of Isla with a Christmas tree. 'Cause,
Right.
Valeriano is sweet boy. He and his wife are, they're obviously from Guatemala, and they don't have a ton of money.
Mhm.
They don't there's not one Christmas decoration in their house. There's not a Christmas tree
Mhm.
in their house. There's not that. So I felt like that needed to happen
Right.
for them and for her. And so, you know, so that's why I felt really strongly. Like Eric and I were even on vacation, and we came back, and like normally where we get a Christmas tree, they're out of Christmas trees. So we got one. We got one that was it was beautiful. It's a beautiful little
Mhm.
tree. But I just felt like we needed to do that. I needed to. Eric's apparently logged in because he just put
Yeah.
a comment. No pine trees in Guatemala. And I think that is true. I think there are no pine trees in Guatemala. I do not think that is a Guatemalan thing, but
Yeah.
it's a thing. Me being a grandma, I want to have that.
Yeah.
I want her to have that.
Right.
I want them to have that.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's a new life in your family and you're creating new memories and it's different and it's not the same, but you can move forward and do that. And
I
you
know,
can
but
do it.
you're right. It's I mean, I think that gets me more emotional too,
Yes,
right?
very much so.
So it's a blessing and it's wonderful, and everyone's talking about how great it is that we have a baby in the house at Christmas, which it is. It is.
Mhm.
It is. But there is I mean, I just miss Andy. He
Yeah.
should be here. He should be here.
Right.
He should be the super proud uncle wanting to hold her all the time. And
Mhm.
that's what it should be, and it's not.
Yep.
So it's everything it's just complicated.
It
So
is.
complicated.
It's
Yeah.
Wow.
So you had wanted to, I think, do something a
Well,
little bit to kind of start this out.
yeah.
So why don't you do that? Although we're
Okay.
10 minutes in already, but go
Oh, that's
ahead.
okay. We can do a long intro. Um, I was sharing with you that at a holiday seminar a few years ago, I used snowflakes because all snowflakes are different and everyone's grief is different and those kinds of things. But I asked the audience, and it might be hard if some of your audience don't see snow, but if I say the word, just picture snow in your mind for a moment, an image of snow and what that's like. So if you can think about that for just a few moments, seconds, then I asked the audience, how many of you thought of a soft falling snow? And many of
And
them said
honestly,
yes.
what did you think of? I would love to people throw in some
Yeah.
comments now that are on.
Yeah.
When Gwen asked you to think about snow, let's just popcorn here. Put in, what kind of snow did you think about? What's your
Yeah.
image that you had?
That's great. And some people might be even detailed of not just the snow, but the cup of hot chocolate, like the whole, Norman Rockwell picture of that, right? Like an all encompassing. But then I'm wondering if anyone thought of an activity in the snow, whether it's snowmobiling, skiing, horseshoeing, whatever, there's not horseshoeing, snowshoeing, whatever that is. And then lastly, if anyone thought of a blizzard, like something more, not a soft snow, but more of a, sideways whiteout kind of thing. And Mary said, here's snow covering the ground and making a snowman. So that's both like the snow plus the actual activity.
Andrea, I love what Andrea wrote. It made me think of the saying I heard that snowflakes are winter butterflies. I've got to show
Oh,
that one on the screen.
yeah, I've
That was,
never heard that.
I know.
Um,
Snowflakes are winter butterflies. It's beautiful.
Michelle said, big, pretty white snow falling.
Uh-huh.
Snow angels, and that is too is an activity where you get in the snow and you make an angel and seeing that. Um, but why I thought of that in relationship to us talking about Christmas memories with our children is I wonder what people thought of when you said Christmas memories. Like, did they sort through a variety of them? Some that are soft and beautiful, some that are maybe more difficult. Maybe your child was sick during the holidays or I think we have a couple stories of maybe it happening around the holiday time and those sorts
Yes,
of
we do.
things.
We do.
Or yeah, or things that you
We
did as a family
I can
around the
see we have a
holidays.
couple listeners here that it did happen
Yeah.
right in
Mhm.
the days around Christmas. Mhm.
Right. What's interesting is as we shared today, a couple of the clients that I talked to are people, just moms. I shouldn't call them clients, but just, hey, I'm going to be, live with Marcy today. I know you're a listener. Is there anything you wanted to share? It was interesting how one particular mom had like age group memories, like of her son when he was younger, of her son in middle school, and then her son as an adult. So she
Okay.
shared three. So I just, want people to know that just as just saying the word snow brings so many different thoughts to people, so did saying share your memories with us during this time, right? Like,
Yeah,
different. Yeah.
absolutely. And I do want to say, so Tama wrote rolling hills of snow with lots of trees. So another pleasant thing. It's very
Mhm.
interesting. So unfortunately, we can't see the Instagram comments
Oh,
that come
okay.
through, but Eric must be on Instagram because Eric's just looking at the Instagram comments. So he sent me the Instagram ones. Cold and miserable was one.
Oh,
The
okay.
blizzard of 1978 was one. So it's very funny that on Facebook it was a lot more of the Norman
Yeah.
Rockwell kind of image,
Yeah.
and yet on the Instagram ones was more like blizzard, cold,
Yeah.
yucky. So
Mhm.
anyway, I think that's interesting.
Yeah. And so, and maybe some moms just chose to, obviously, I know that's true. I should say that, that just had to pick a couple to share or one,
Yeah.
so you filter through, you have so many.
Mhm.
That's why one of the things that I encourage people to do is start a a holiday Christmas memory book that you can just keep adding to, because there's not just one memory, and there's not just
Yeah.
soft ones. There could be ones that are a little more rough, or, that include activities, whatever that is. And then you could keep that memory book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I think we should probably go through some of these memories that were
Okay.
sent in. And then if any people that are on right now want to share their own in the comments, please do that. And if you're on Instagram, do it too, because I think Eric will stay on and forward it to me.
Oh,
So
that'd be great.
so anyway, I'll make sure he is staying on and forwarding because that is helpful.
Very
But
much
I
so.
I would like that because that would be wonderful. I'm going to send him a quick message, but
Okay.
you've got
I have
something that you
one.
wanted to share,
Right.
right?
Well, I'll start with the mom I was talking about. Her name is
Yeah.
Sandy, and her son Josh was 44 when he died. And her early memory of him as a young boy is, after every present that he opened, he would hug her. No matter, just come running over and give her that squeeze. She said she thinks it lasted till about age 15. And I thought, oh, how precious. And then as more of a middle school memory of him is when he started playing an instrument in the band. He brought a cornet home, and she said that they didn't realize that until this happened, that he could play by ear. And he just started playing all these Christmas songs that he would hear on the radio and would play.
Really?
Yeah. And she's like, she realized that she is musical and she plays by ear, but she didn't know he did. So that was her middle-age memory. But this one I loved. As him as an adult, she said he didn't like the pressure of gift giving. He loved or preferred a more thoughtful surprise gift. And he didn't feel that there was enough thoughtfulness or surprise in Christmas because you had the pressure of having to buy it for December 25th. And so those were her 3 different steps of memories that she shared.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
so too.
Yeah. And well, let's share some of the other things that we had. So the first one I want to start with is Lindsay. I've got to get to my right thing. So Lindsay, I've got to get back. Like I said, I've got to organize this a little bit. So Lindsay wrote to me. So first of all, now we're going to have these beautiful videos, and you've got to watch the video. So if you do not follow me on Instagram or subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do that, because you'll see those videos this week, because all of these stories have pictures to go with them, and the pictures are going to be on the videos. And no offense to anybody else, but this is my favorite picture. So my favorite picture is of Lindsay holding her baby bump in front of the Christmas tree. So I just want to read what she wrote with this. Hi, Marcy. I just wanted to share a photo of my favorite Christmas memory with my sweet Chasey. It was Christmas Eve, and we had to put our other little one to bed. In this quiet moment, I asked Mike to take a picture of me and the sweet baby I was carrying. I loved him so very much already. I knew he would be the most perfect boy. Mike quickly held up the phone and snapped the picture. I didn't get any retakes, but it came out completely perfect. Chase was safe and sound in my belly, although we could only imagine his beautiful soul, sweetest smile, and the absolute joy he would bring to our lives. We miss him more than words can describe this Christmas and every minute of every day. Thank you for letting me share our story and our love of Chase. We love you forever, sweet boy. Mommy, Daddy, and Jack. So I love that, because Chase was only a few months old when he died. So they do not have they do not have the picture that I wanted of Isla in front of the Christmas tree as a baby. What they have is her holding her baby bump. And it's so precious. The picture is beautiful. And I loved that was her Christmas memory.
I do too. And just, when we say, hey, those spontaneous, snap that picture.
Yeah.
There's no way we can know ahead of time what that's going to mean someday.
No.
Yeah.
She thought this year there would be pictures of him sitting up in front of the tree, right? Which he would be sitting, and they would have propped him up with Big Brother Jack beside him. And that's what it should have been, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's I can hardly wait to see the pictures because the next one I'm going to read also addresses a picture that I don't know what the picture is.
Okay, I'll
Um,
probably tell you because I forwarded you some, but you would read
okay.
some of these. So,
Yes. It says, I thought I'd send a couple holiday photos of Samantha. They are from the first Christmas we spent as a blended family after Todd and I were married in 1998. On the first photo, Samantha's in the middle of all of the girls, sticking out her tongue, of course, but it shows her personality. Their favorite gifts that year were the matching toe socks with bells on them that were so popular back then. In the second photo, it's so sad to know that we'll never be the complete family that we were back then.
isn't that precious?
Very
The sock
precious.
one is so fun. It's so
Yeah.
fun. So I don't know. I have so many pictures now. I told Lauren she has to because some people sent several. So like it's supposed to be one or two per. It's one or
Mhm.
two per family or whatever. So I don't know if it'll be the sock one or the family one, but anyway, they're very very special and precious, and I love it.
They are. We there was one here from Sandy said my dad died December 9th and always put a sign on the tree to tease the grandkids that all the presents are for Papa. My brother-in-law now carries on that tradition.
I love that the sign.
Yeah.
All presents are for Papa.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cute.
I
Yeah.
know, isn't that cute? And I'm glad they're carrying on the tradition.
Me too.
Those are fun. All right. So I'm gonna read another one here. And again, she sent a bunch of pictures too. I lost my precious daughter Bailey a year and a half ago at the age of 23. Every day was magical with Bailey, and Christmas was no exception. My favorite memories are of her turning the corner to enter the family room in her holiday PJs and watching her open her gifts. She loved coloring, so we have a lot of markers and paper to unwrap. When she smiled, my heart was full. I wanted to give her the world. When she was born, we were not aware of her Down syndrome diagnosis. The moment we were told, had a mission as a mom to make sure that she had every opportunity available.
Mm.
Bailey was adventurous, clever, funny, wise, and loved like no other. I miss her every time I blink.
Oh,
Which that was a
yeah.
beautiful thing to end
Yeah.
with. I think I miss her every time I blink. I think that's
Yeah.
how we all feel, right?
Very much so. Very much so. I think that's going to be like an undergirding theme. You know, just I think of a tapestry like that is just the common weaving for all parents, right? For all like
Yeah.
we're not forgetting this. It's every
No.
moment. Yeah.
No, I know. I know. It's just amazing.
Um, while you read the next one, I'm going to turn my camera off because I got to plug in my computer. So I have to set it down. I didn't realize that I wasn't plugged in where I was at,
Okay.
but I'm going to be listening.
All right. Well, let me pull up another one here. It's going to take me a little bit to grab another one. Cuz I know that I gave you a couple more too. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So this is from Sarah. Sarah sent some photos of her son Tom. Tom loved Christmas, especially opening his stocking. Even his last Christmas at age 26, he was still so excited. He and his brothers Will and George will always open them together in front of the Christmas tree. They all loved it. It was so wonderful to watch the three of them as grown men get as much pleasure from it as they had as children. We had such treasured memories. I love that too. They're holding one of the pictures. They're holding these really huge stockings. It was
Oh.
so fun. Such a fun picture. So.
And you know, that's the cool part about traditions is because no matter how old our children are, they still do them. But that's the hard part about traditions is that they're so rooted in your family that they're not the same without their they're a double-edged sword. They bring such good memories and we have it and I'm so glad we did it, but doggone it. Yeah.
I know. And then it gets you weeping again,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yep.
I feel like that's me so much of and this year and I just feel like I'm just kind of a mess half the time. I'm crying,
Yeah.
we're doing different things. we did our Christmas our tradition of making Christmas cookies yesterday, and it was so funny. He was, Andy with his ADHD, just nothing was careful. He was like a really bowl in a china shop kind of kid, and his cookies were never good of looking. I always felt like I was trying to rush as much as I could, so Andy would not make too many because they never looked good. But now I miss them.
Oh, that's funny.
I miss those awful
I know.
looking.
I was just going to say, when you see an ugly
Uh-huh.
cookie, you might just grab for that one. Yeah.
I know. Exactly.
I have
right.
one here.
Exactly
It says,
right.
this is one of my favorite Christmas videos of Caleb. It was Christmas 2017, and we used Prank Box to hide an authentic Bayern Munich soccer jersey. I don't know if I said that right. Even thinking it really was a knapsack, he still said thank you. Caleb was very sweet, genuine, and thankful for anything. The picture collage is also so much fun to look at. I miss his voice, his giggles, his smile, his spirit, his everything. My heart is still broken. Thank you for continuing to hold space for this broken-hearted community of parents. Love you so much.
I've got to tell you about that video. So I watched the video.
Okay.
The video is hilarious because she sent me the video of it. So, here it is. And what did she say? Now you got to read it again. What kind of box did she put it in?
Well, she said used a prank box to hide an authentic jersey. I know, and he thought it was just
what the box was.
A knapsack.
There you go. Okay. So it was a box for a knapsack. And what's so funny is you see him, he opens it up and he goes, oh, cool, a knapsack. And he was like genuinely acted excited about getting a knapsack, which is obviously not an exciting gift to get, right? And then you have this little prompting from mom, because I think he's going to go on maybe and open another thing or whatever, right? He's not going to open up the knapsack box. Honestly, it's not a great gift, right? But he was very thankful, very sweet, very polite. Why don't you open it up? Okay, so he, obligingly opens the knapsack box, and then he pulls out this jersey that clearly he really wanted. And then his excitement is, through the roof. Like, he's so excited. And oh my gosh, it was such a great video. I can see why that's so precious to her, that video, to see that pure joy on his face, because it was so unexpected.
That's
because
amazing.
he didn't think he was going to get it, obviously. But
I love that.
Yeah, isn't it?
So many beautiful, and just as seeing his heart, because she said his spirit, his smile, his everything. That video captures that whole heart.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone wrote it on here. Even at 12, Pike didn't let on that he didn't believe in Santa. I think he wanted to keep that childlike excitement and wonder into his preteen years. Amen. Like that's it's just an exciting thing to hold on to, and as long as you can. I love that spirit.
So I've got another one here too, and I was hoping to kind of rewrite this and condense this, but we'll have to I'll have to just kind of be a little bit brief, because this was sent in by Brittany, and it is about her son Percy. And it was a big blog post that she wrote, and she said, I read it out loud and it's 7 minutes, and I know you can't take 7 minutes to read it. And she's right. I can't take 7 minutes to read it, but I really do want to talk about it because it's so precious. So Brittany is from the Atlanta area, and apparently in the Atlanta area there is something called Santa at Phipps. So Phipps, I think, is a department store or something, and so they have a very famous Santa. And so back to the 1970s, this Santa has been very special. You go visit Santa at Phipps, and you have to make like a reservation now to see Santa at Phipps, and they do videos and they do pictures, and Santa makes this really, really special. Okay. So When her son Percy was born, Percy's her oldest, she brought him to Santa at Phipps. And he's a little baby and he's wearing his little baby outfit. And then I don't know, I think it's something with COVID. I've got to go. The next Christmas was 2020 and there was COVID, so they didn't have but there were precautions taken and they decided not to take him, right? Because even though they still had it, it was totally different and they didn't want to risk COVID. So they didn't do that. So Christmas 2021, he had just been diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma and he was in the midst of chemotherapy. So they didn't take it. So then the next year, now it's 2022, he's done a lot of his chemo. He's doing better. They go again to see Santa. And they go to see Santa with little brother. And so he's now 4. And so he's got his little outfit and they talked to Santa about his cancer. And Santa, of course, made it amazing and wonderful. But he was doing really well then. And then he relapsed. Okay. And he relapsed and she said, during a hospice, I remember receiving email reminders to make our Santa's at Phipps appointment for the upcoming fall. She said, what a gut punch. It was sickening, a sinking feeling to realize, barring a last minute miracle, we were still desperately praying for it. By Christmas, our sweet Percy would be gone. There were no words to express the heartbreak I felt and still feel every moment without him. So they went through Christmas last year, but they didn't do Christmas at Phipps. Well, now they have another baby, and this year they decided that they wanted to go back and do Christmas with the Santa at Phipps. So this is what's so crazy precious too, is they decided to do it. They obviously still wanted to remember Percy and honor Percy, but her 2 boys now are the same age as Percy was when he was 4 and when he was a baby.
Oh.
So they wore their big brother's outfits. So the older one wore Percy's outfit at 4 and the baby wore Percy's outfit as a baby. The brothers went and saw Santa.
Oh.
It's just such a precious, amazing story. And Santa was wonderful. And he was kind of asking them some questions. And she said, well, we didn't go last year because Percy had been here and Percy had died. And apparently Santa welled up, Santa cried. But it was it was a precious memory to still do that again.
Yeah. And that's I gasp just thinking of them in those outfits and that age and saying, listeners are saying that's so precious and awe. I almost feel this is I don't know, comparison just came to my mind. There's a show, like a hero show, where they give these hero awards once a year, and every single person that comes up, it's just so touching of how they give of themselves and they deserve these awards. And it's so emotional and you're crying and your heart is touched. I feel like that's what this episode is. Like everyone, because all these precious children and all these beautiful memories that we all hold and we're sharing them together. It's like, our awards show together. That's how I feel. I do. It's just beautiful.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And that story just hit me.
Yeah. And Brittany,
it's so brave of Brittany to do that. I think, with their kids. And
yeah, she just said, thank you for sharing our story so tenderly, Marcy. And here's the other piece. I can hardly wait to see the picture.
I know. Mm-hmm. See, this is all like teaser stuff because the pictures are going to come. Obviously, the stories aren't going to come with them because there were too many. I originally said names, but then it was like, I can't say everybody's name because it's too many. But I think I wrote something pretty sweet to go with them. So I think people will like it still. even without individual names with that. Well,
Mhm.
if your child's in there, please share that on social media so
Oh,
all
that'd be
your friends and
amazing.
family
Yeah.
can see your pictures. I just feel like it's creating memories for these kids to be together, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've got like probably 6 or 8 kids in each video. So that'll
Mhm.
be pretty special, I
Yeah.
think, to get them
Oh,
grouped together like that.
and
So
this is
one is more about the Christmas memories, and the other one is a little more focused on gifts and things like that.
okay.
Because there's one more that I wanted you to read that
Okay.
has to do with gifts.
Yes. Yes. And
So if you could read that one, that would be
yeah,
great.
it said, I just want to share a Zach related story about Christmas. As you know, I found out about his death on Christmas Day of 2020, which was a Friday. He was spending Christmas down in Texas with his dad. 3 days after I found out about Zach's death, December 28th, 2020, a package arrived at our house from Zach with Christmas presents for my husband Kevin and I. Many tears were shed during the opening of that package. It was absolutely heart wrenching, but it was heartwarming time as well.
I know. I know.
Heart wrenching and heartwarming. Those are the two realities that we, are holding
I
during
mean,
this.
to be able to have those gifts from him,
Mhm.
days after he died, so
Oh,
precious, but so incredibly hard. I mean, it's just like ripping your
so
heart out. But you know,
I'm sure there's many others who have had presents that were purchased and then the person dies and then you discover things, and those are, I love how she said heart-wrenching and heartwarming at the same time.
yeah, for sure, for
Um,
sure.
we missed a few comments here. I have to go
Yeah,
up. Melinda said, I didn't get to share in time, but my son's work has a kindness award at their party in his memory at Christmas. So his work,
Oh,
oh, that's awesome.
yeah,
Oops,
kindness award.
oops.
I
I
love that.
I did not mean to hide the comment. There we go. Um, oh, that is awesome in his memory.
Yeah,
Okay. And then the other one,
yeah. I'll put it up on the screen.
yeah, my touch
Uh,
screen is being very
I only heard the episode of Percy's mom yesterday. I feel like we know these families so intimately that it's so important and heartbreaking at the same time. Thanks for sharing. And then she wrote
mhm.
Christian Forever 16. So
Oh,
yeah, thanks
yeah.
for writing in too, Tina. It's there.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, it just has touched me so much to see these stories, and then, like I said, to have kind of at the last minute all these pictures kind of coming in that I can put in. We can put in more and more, um, just little memories of seeing our kids at Christmas
Mhm.
and what that all meant for them,
Mhm. Yeah.
right?
So touching.
So I know you had other stuff to talk about too. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
I've got
yeah,
to look through and make sure that
okay,
I've gotten all the stories.
you do that.
If you did send
Well,
one that I didn't say and you're listening, please remind me. But otherwise, I think I've gone through most of them I was going to. Most of the other ones are just more pictures. But
yeah. And those who follow me on Facebook at Grief Dash Guide know that I've been talking about the holidays and how to cope with them. And I've been using Therese Rando's, she has the 6 R's of grieving, but she's divided them in 3 phases: the avoidance phase, the confrontation phase, and then the accommodation phase. So you can go back and, listen to that so I don't have to go through it all. But one of the things that, as professionals like Therese Rando and people who develop these things, and even myself in the work that I do, when we are asking people to do this sort of recall, we are not doing it to torture them, right? Like, this is not meant to, like, oh, we're just, want to get in there and dig around and, watch you have this pain. But what we know is that confronting these overwhelming, complex, powerful emotions is something that we have to do in order to heal. It
yeah,
needs to happen. And in the confronting, part of confronting is recollecting.
Yeah.
recalling, you know, doing what we're doing right now is saying, have I ever told you about the time? And oh, those kinds of things. That's a powerful part of this, an important part, and recalling memories, both good and bad. I
Yeah.
say that because sometimes when someone dies, we only think about the good, and sometimes we do have to process some of those. Um, someone asked, is that kind of like EMDR? Um, the quick answer would be yes. I suppose it could be. I mean, EMDR is a little more complex, working through trauma, but yes, it is in that needing to look at something and
Mhm.
walk through it rather than try to not deal with it and push it back. So it's healthy, and as is the process of EMDR, very healthy to process trauma. Those of us we that recollecting and retelling of the story, and I do this all the time with people. Tell me about their life before we talk about their death, right? And if you only are focused on the death, which at the beginning of our grief, that's all we're thinking about, but now we can talk about their living and their life, and these making ugly Christmas cookies. I've been with you many
Yeah.
Christmases, and I did not recall that. Like, that
No,
was
no, I
really
don't
neat
think I
to
told you
hear.
that.
Yeah, that was really neat to hear because I thought Andy was perfect.
Oh, no.
And I'm just glad
Well,
that you
Andy was not perfect,
no, I
but
do. Yes, I do. But you know what I mean? Like those memories, it's just awesome. So yeah, it's good in the confronting. And then the other part of this that I just want to say, because we're all part of families, is that when we recall these memories, sometimes it makes the other people in our families uncomfortable, right?
yeah.
And we have to, especially now, just say, so what? Bring them up. Light a candle for your child, set a place, say a prayer, have a toast, do something. One of my thoughts was watch the episode, especially if you sent in a picture, where you can see your child on Christmas. Like, even if it makes your, sister-in-law or Aunt Betty uncomfortable, just do it. Like, say, I'd love to do this today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the pictures probably will come out next. I don't know that they're going to come out on Christmas Day.
Oh,
The video
okay.
thing, but,
Okay. I wasn't sure when that would come out, so we'll have to look
I
for
think
it.
they're going to come out through that next week. A
Okay.
couple of them. So,
Good.
but still,
here's
and
something.
I do have one more that I did just.
Okay.
I just got yesterday later, so I do want to read that. So don't let me forget to do that. It was last night, and I'm glad I didn't forget. So
I won't forget. I give suggestions all the time to groups of people. And last year I spoke at an event, and I went back and spoke at the same event this year. And a man came up to me and said, I want to tell you that the idea you gave about it's his sister who died. So he came home and told his parents, let's write our favorite memories, or what what wasn't favorite memories. I'm sorry. He said what we'd want to say to her if she were here, what we'd say to her right now, and write it on a card and put it in her stocking. And on Christmas morning, they read them.
yeah.
And he said it was so powerful. My mom said, can we please do that with our family again on Christmas morning? So they're making it their tradition and writing notes to her, and they're going to unveil them and read them and share them on Christmas morning.
Oh,
isn't that cool?
That's a beautiful tradition.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Well, in talking about traditions, Marge just wrote, I buy Chloe a card for Christmas and for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's beautiful.
Yes. And
look we're getting all these. We're getting all these things. Andrea wrote, last night we ordered Christmas plates and made a plate for Bailey that we'll set out at our dinner.
Oh, we decorate.
These are all wonderful things.
Yeah.
Wonderful new memories.
Hallmark should make angel cards. Yes, they should. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the one that I just got last night that I want to read. I wanted to share a Camille Christmas story. So this mom, Sonia, I'm not sure. It just has been listening to the show for only 2 months. So anyway, she's a fresh listener. I want to share a memory of Camille, Christmas memory. 2 years ago, on what was Camille's last Christmas, she gave me the sweetest gift. It's a Cavapuchon, okay, which I did not know what that was, but it's apparently a kind of dog. I looked it up last night. So a little type of dog who has been my fourth child since we adopted him in July of 2020. I often spend weekend nights at my sister's house helping to care for her 24-year-old daughter with complex medical needs. My dog always sleeps with me, and Camille had a pillow in the shape of George, the dog, with his picture on it so that she could take it with her to her sister's house and always have him with her. She was so
Mhm.
proud of this gift. She was a great present giver and took great pride in coming up with something special for everyone. Isn't that
Oh, that's
awesome?
amazing.
What a sweet gift.
It is. And so thoughtful.
So, yeah.
And many people do have gifts. You talked about the ornaments and things and how, you got so many, but there's gifts that we have of whether you made something. We've talked about this before, quilts, t-shirts, those things, Thumbie necklaces can be so touching and so beautiful at a time like this that they just mean so much to get a memory gift, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. All right, so I'm glad I've read that one too. Again, it did come last night. I went to the point of even looking up the dog, and that's probably
Yeah.
why it was in my head. Like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's
Mhm.
what I almost did. So I'm glad
Yeah.
we did not.
The only
Other
other
thoughts on this?
I do have one that came to my mind is that I do believe there's still some people who are listening or are going to listen that maybe don't allow themselves to slow down to let the thoughts fully come.
Yeah.
And I know why. And we just were talking about this at the beginning. It's too hard, it's too much, it may overwhelm you, but just take some time this season to just sit in some quietness. Whether you journal, speak it out, cry it out, scream it out, just allow some of those thoughts and memories to come, because so many people are just trying to push them all down and keep that lid. And we just don't want that to blow. We want to be able to let some of that flow out.
You know what? That was very good for you to say that to me today. I have to tell you.
Okay.
I needed you to say that to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I do feel like I've been trying to just go and push,
Yeah.
and we, I've been. This is my week to be on call at the office, and this last week, and I was at the office on Saturday, and it's flu season is hard
Right.
upon us, and
Yes.
a lot of people are on vacation, and I'm just pushing so hard to try to see everybody I need to see and do everything I need to do, and I'm paranoid about getting sick because I don't want to get my new granddaughter sick, and
Mhm.
I'm not taking time.
Yeah.
And I got to get the Christmas cookies made. I've got to wrap
Yeah.
the presents. I've got to I've been pushing really hard.
Yeah, and there's a lot of moms who please moms right in there, me too, me too, me too, because that's kind of like our theme right now. We have these checklists and things we have to do, and they're not bad. Like your responsibility to your patients and to your job, and you're covering right now and it's busy. That but with that knowledge, when you're able, allow some time to just be in stillness and let some of those thoughts come.
Right. I mean, I wear my bracelets every
Yeah.
day, my Be Still
Still.
bracelet, but am I
Yeah.
being still? I don't think so.
No.
So
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Yeah,
I need to
just
do
and
that.
and somewhere in your week, somewhere in some people can carve it out every day, but just I'm saying during this season to make sure that we do that. Um, we missed one here. I'm in an online journal Zoom group that I'm really loving, and it gives us moms a chance to feel and process the heartbreak. Absolutely. And then some
That's
they're
awesome.
sending hugs to you. Yeah. Um, yeah, just that time to
Yeah.
process. And I just the thought came to me when I was traveling and speaking in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which we live in a state with two peninsulas, and I grew up in the Upper Peninsula. I was speaking up there, and I drove by the last home that my dad built that we lived in. And usually when we do a drive by, like, oh, on our way to town, we'll just go down that street, right? And this time I left a little bit early. I had no one in the car with me, and I just thought I'm just going to stop and just allow myself to think about that home that my dad built and just the care that he gave for it. And then I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and there was a buck just standing there, just this beautiful deer with its antlers, just like, and I went, "Oh, hi, Dad." And I'm so glad that I stopped. Had I driven, I would have
Yeah, you
missed
wouldn't have
that.
seen it.
If I just, kept going, but I stopped the car, and I'm just so glad. So my image for you is stop the car, look to your left, look to your right, see what's around you, experience it, and just feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what we need to do. I think that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because Eric normally doesn't listen to my podcast anymore, right? I mean, he used to, but he
Yeah.
doesn't anymore. And it's funny, he always used to listen to mine, and I never used to listen to him. So now I listen to his because I listen to them before we go to the basketball games because he's on the basketball
Right.
teams. And, but anyway, now I think he's been listening because he's been trying to man these Instagram, if there are any Instagram comments. So I think he's watching. So it'll be interesting to see if he now pushes me to try to take a little time.
Slow down. Yeah.
I just slow down a little bit because that's, I think, what needs to happen.
And you know what I just thought of when you said, Eric, thinking about the men in our life, sometimes, we were just talking about, moms and all we have, but maybe if there's a grieving dad in your life, to take some time to reach out and ask him, like, what are your thoughts and memories? Just how are you doing? And we have a bereaved dad at church, and I know he listens quite a bit. And I do try to look him in the eye and just say, how's today? And we don't know, I have this thing as a grief counselor. Every time I approach someone, I don't want them to think that I'm like digging into their soul and they need to bare all to me. But I just had the thought, I need to ask him this week, how are you doing? What are your memories? Like, tell me about TJ. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's important. It's important to acknowledge that this is not an easy time. These are not easy things to go through. And it is stressful. It's extra stressful.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So you also had sent me like a poem or reading or something on hope, I think.
I did for this year?
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Because I had another reading too. Maybe I did.
Do you see it? Yeah. Do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Do you see what you sent me?
No. Oh. I sent it in a text or a email?
In a text. I'll read it. You sent it to me.
Okay.
You sent it to me. It's been a while now.
Oh, okay.
Hope isn't a place or thing. Hope isn't the absence of pain or sadness or sorrow. Hope is possibility. Hope is the memory of love given and received. Your love is real, just as is your pain. Bring the joy of loving with you into the holiday season. Let its memory light your world. For our loved ones died, but we did not lose them. The bonds between us are too strong to let death sever the ties. So light a candle and whisper, thank you for the moments you traveled together. Our arms may be empty, but the heart is full.
Yeah, I do remember.
Do you remember sending that to me now?
I do.
It was pretty amazing.
And I'm so glad I did. I had something else and I can read this one too because it's short, but there's so many parts about that. Maybe we can include that in like the chat or something. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I can.
Oh, to copy it into the chat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could do that. I think I can do that.
Because then if someone wants to share that, I missed another one that said, it said, I write a note or letter to Robbie every Christmas, put it in a sealed envelope and add it to a stocking. I'm on number 6 this year. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's so precious.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
And because that's what it said, like the relationship changed, but the love didn't die. And that letter, every year, I'm sure it includes all the love and all that. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got to try to find that to copy it. That's going to take me a little bit, but you can keep going.
All right.
Oh no, this is
okay. Well, I don't remember the format I sent it. Okay.
There's
well, and if not, I mean, we can, if someone.
No, I'm going to get it. I got it. I found it. I found
likes
it.
to reference those
Oh,
things.
shoot.
And this is the other part when I said like, oh, look at the videos, do them. If you need readings, thoughts, just different things, uh, I love sharing them with people, because if to come up with our own thing to say on Christmas as we light a candle or say a prayer, sometimes it's too hard. So if what you're sharing here is something they can take and they can read it with their family, it helps. It's like a you know, um it just helps us so we don't have to come up with it all the time. Yeah. Oh, and there's my phone number.
Oh,
That's
shoot.
okay.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. I trust all of these wonderful, amazing people. Okay.
Well, I can delete it and try to get that one out. I'm so
Please
sorry.
don't. No. Then they'll know how to message me completely and totally. Okay. The one that I have
I
says
accidentally posted Gwen's phone number to the entire world. So they should take that out,
what?
but I don't know how to edit it.
Oh, it's fine. What
right.
can we do? And this year in one of my programs, we read this in unison as we, talked. It says, what can we do in their absence when life feels incomplete? We can protest the fact that they're not here and grieve. We can remember them and grieve. We can speak their names and grieve. We can see their light rise in the sun and grieve. And we can imagine them walking with us and grieve. We can miss them more than words can express and grieve. We can live our lives to honor them, to make them proud, and we can grieve and we love. And I love that, because grief is in the fabric of everything that we do. And it's been through all of this of like, we won't forget them every time I blink, we miss them so much. All those things. So I love this because in everything we do, we remember them, we speak their name, all those things we grieve. But we also love. And that's, grief is what love must do.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. If anyone wants, I'll put these in the chats. These are 2 songs that I use at a candle lighting service, and I'll light a candle that someone could look up on YouTube, and you could listen to these. That's the Paul Alexander, Light a Candle for You, and the other one is To Cry for You, and it says, it is my honor to cry for you, to cry for you. Okay.
So I just so you know, Gwen, I just reposted those comments without your phone number in them. So I took the ones out with your phone number and put it there. So if you are now listening to the podcast later and you want some of those quotes, you can again go to Facebook or I believe Instagram. We'll see. I don't know if the quotes went over there, but to Gwen's or mine, or also YouTube. Okay, and she's putting those other ones in.
Yeah,
I think we've got to start wrapping up here shortly.
Yep, we do. We're past our hour, so I hope it doesn't shut us off.
Yeah, so we've got to get going. But
okay,
I think Eric was going to have us maybe end by playing Andy's song, which I think would be pretty cool.
I love it.
And this way, I think, can we do it to the video or no? Can we do the video or not? No, it's the video version, or is it just the audio? Oh, okay. Well, we can do this for all of you that have not listened before, maybe or maybe not. He thought he could, but I think not. And it's okay if he can't, because we end every podcast episode with it anyway. So it is the same exact thing that we end, but maybe this time, if you normally end early, maybe this week you go all the way to the end and listen to Andy singing. It is extra special this time of year.
Yeah.
So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your wonderful comments.
Thank you.
I needed this today.
I can tell that it really spoke to you and added to you, and we just pray that it did that for everybody else who listens. Yep.
All right. Thank you.